Shalom, shalom, this is Fallen Yeshua. Welcome again to The Rock. Yes, I'm inside because it's too damn cold outside. I almost froze to death. Death. I almost froze to death, not death. Death. Anyways, yeah, I haven't been doing a lot of videos. I'm back. I'm going to be doing some more. I was just taking some time off and really looking at what was going on in this world and reflecting on the things that we are seeing in this world right now. I think a lot of people right now are starting to breathe a sigh of relief because the system is coming to save them. Stimulus checks, and now they have that new stimulus as far as children are going, where they want to pay $300 a month per child. That is 6 to 17, I believe it is, and $350 for each child. That is 0 to 6. And the whole point is they want to eliminate child poverty. That's in the works. They also already have the $1,600, that child stimulus I heard was they were looking at July, hoping to start it, and they want to pay it out for the next 12 months. 12 months, $300 per child. $350 per child. And we also already have the $1,400 stimulus checks that are in the works. I also read another article that said that they were looking at the possibility, looking into it, of paying $2,000 per person per month. And it was amazing because just doing the math on that, if you have a family of 4 and they're paying $2,000 per person per month, you get a family of 4, that's $96,000 in a year. $96,000 in 1 year for a family of 4. That's something that was being proposed, they were looking at. Now I'm concerned. Now, it's amazing, it's kind of backwards. Everybody got concerned about, the whole Trump situation, storming the White House and all that stuff. I really wasn't concerned about all that. It was interesting because my concern has always been the economy. My concern has always been what system is going to be established. When you read the word, you see systems, the Bible says as it was, so shall it be again. So nothing's new under the sun. So they're just going to redo or retry what they tried before. It's not going to be a new thing. It's just the old thing rehashed. It's a new thing with wrapped in a different kind of wrapping paper. So now it's just the continuing of handing out free money. Handing out free money, handing out free money. And I have a video, separate video coming out on this. I may film it today, but I may not release it till tomorrow. What things I am going to be doing with the money. And what things you should seriously look into doing with your stimulus check. You need to stimulate your own economy. And stop trying to stimulate their economy with the bullshit that you buy. But I am concerned now because you see the stock market's a game. I think cryptos are all part of that same game. That's just my personal belief. I'm not a financial advisor. I am concerned to a point where things are already going up in price. Gas is going up in price. Food will be going up in price, or is going up in price. Lumber, I was just at Home Depot, and I bought a bunch of, that lumber that they put 70% off. I bought a bunch of that because they were selling it 70% off because, it had a chip at the last end, and they were selling, 2 by 12 by 16s for $5 because they had a chip at the end of it. So I bought it all up, 70% off a $30 piece of $30 board. $9 for a 2 by 12 by 20 or 16. I mean, I loaded up with that repurposed or what they call damaged wood. Do buggy. And that's one of my concerns. You hear my son crying in the background? He's eating and he finished his food and he wants some more. But that's a concern. With the way prices are going and with the way the system is coming, how are you going to be able to afford food? That's why coming out of her is the only option. See, I don't have to worry about it, per se, because I grow my food. I grow a large portion of my vegetables. Our meat is increasingly coming from here on the property. Our eggs, our milk comes increasing, well, all of our eggs are here. But our meat and our milk is increasingly being produced here. Our vegetables are being produced here, and our fruit is going to be being produced here. We got trees all over the place planted. That should be a concern. How are you going to feed your family? How are you going to feed your family without having to go further and further into a system that is designed and wants to take care of you from cradle to grave? They want your dependency on them. You see, this crash is coming. And I know a lot of people are going to take this money and they're going to blow it. They're going to buy things. They're going to not be very wise if that's the concern. Inflation is what I'm looking at. A systemic collapse is what I'm looking at. The continuing, they're not even outsourcing jobs anymore. While during this pandemic, they added millions and millions of jobs, or millions and millions of jobs that were normally human ran, are now ran by robots, because robots don't need to be tested for the zombie plague. Robots can't get the zombie plague. I was just showing the sisters some jobs, you know, like some of these shops now that are completely automated, where, you know, these food stores where you can go and order a dish and the whole dish is prepared via robots. So you don't need cooks anymore. You don't need dishwashers anymore. All you really need is, they even have kiosks where you can order your food, and the only person that's really behind the counter is one person to make sure that basically a chef. The chef, I mean, it was a chef and a server. So this store that routinely had 7 to 8 people at a time had 2. They had the chef, and basically the chef's job was to make sure that the food, he put his finishing touches on the food, but the food was basically prepared by robots. And he would just do the little decorations on top of the food. It was a pretty high-end restaurant, too. And then you had the server who would serve the food after the machine finished it and the chef finished it, and the chef put his finishing touches. They would hand it out to the customers. Jobs are being phased out. Millions of jobs went to the way of being automated. So there are no jobs to go back to. So the government's going to continue to keep handing out money to you. And you're going to continually become more and more dependent on this money, to the point that you're going to have no options, none, but to keep taking it. And once they get you to that level, they can start mandating whatever they want to. Whatever they want to, and you're going to comply. Because you're going to get used to taking this money and paying. That's how you pay your car payment. That's how you pay your rent. That's how you pay your credit card bills. All this money that's being given to you, that's how you pay it. Is the government's going to give it to you. So the government says, well, if you don't lick the bottom of my boot with your tongue, we're not going to give you that money. A lot of people that say, well, I would never, they're going to go in. They're going to lick the bottom of that boot because they want to make sure their bills are paid. This is where self-sufficiency comes in. This is why I speak about it so much. This is why I speak about self-sufficiency so much. It's because if you can produce your own, if you can become as self-sufficient as you can be, you're not going to be dependent. These checks you can use to free yourself instead of using these checks to tie yourself more into the system. This is why I'm concerned. I was not concerned about all this other stuff that the media hypes up. I'm concerned about the things that the media won't hype up. Like this financial crisis that we are in, that we are flying towards at unprecedented speeds. It's all coming down. What I would suggest is become self-sufficient. Right here we have one of our incubators. There's none of the chicks are in there right now. This is our second incubator that we have. And the chicks aren't in it right now because they're right here. just hatched, last week. And we're going to continue to keep doing that. So hopefully that is something that you're doing. You're working towards self-sufficiency. One of the things is that you are looking for seeds, vegetable seeds. Send me an email. Send me an email, let me know what seeds you would like, and I will email you back with the price, because that's one thing that we are doing right now. We are selling seeds. Seeds produced, harvested here on the rock. I hope you are about your business. I hope you are taking what you're seeing very seriously. And that's why I'm concerned, because whenever people have a perceived answer, and that's the stimulus checks, people get complacent, people get lazy, people get apathetic, and people start saying, woo, we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. And the way I see it, when everybody starts relaxing and starts getting that, oh, we're going to be all right, that's when my antenna goes up. That's when I start looking around and saying, now I believe something's coming. Now I see something's coming. Those that have the eyes to see and the ears to hear know it also. But for the average person, they're just looking, they're checking their mailbox, and they're trying to make sure and trying to see, when is that check going to come? When are they going to pass this resolution? And you know what? When you keep looking at government like that, they become your Messiah. They are your Savior. And you look to them for salvation, for the saving of you and your house. And men, that is not their job. That is our job. If you read the book, you'll see it. It's right there. Anyways, I hope you're having a blessed day. I may have another video out today. I don't know, but we'll see. Shalom.